Believe me, I am not offended when I first start working with a client on strategic planning and they don't seem thrilled. Because let's be honest, it's hard. It can be painstaking and time-consuming, especially when you don't do anything with the plan afterwards. So one of the areas of focus that I have with my clients is let's keep this process simple and let's ensure that the plan that is created is concise, workable, and not open to interpretation. And it's one that's actually going to help you move forward with intent in the direction and at the pace you want to move. So how do we do this? Let's keep it simple with just a handful of steps. First, we're going to make sure that we get very clear in the entire leadership team or board or planning group clearly understands the purpose of creating a vision that's focused and tight, because that vision is going to drive the direction of the plan and the pacing of the plan, how aggressive or how conservative the organization is going to move forward. So let's get clear on vision. We're also going to focus on mission so that we set clear boundaries of what the scope of offerings of the organization is going to be, so that we stay very tight and very clear in what are the opportunities that the organization is going to pursue over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 years. Number 3, we're going to reevaluate values so that we understand the behaviors that are going to be expected of everyone who works for the organization and will be expected to help implement the plan. Number 4, we're going to focus on clear, smart goals to ensure that the strategic goals, the handful of large initiatives that are included in the organization's strategic plan, will really help fundamentally move the organization forward. We're not just going to do updates on operational activities, but what are the fundamental organizational changes that need to occur to help move the organization forward? And are those strategic goals created and formatted in a SMART format, S-M-A-R-T, so that they are not open to interpretation? And finally, we're going to ensure that the timeline and the pacing and the sequence of how these goals are put together on the plan makes sense. So we have proper resource allocation and resource loading across the first 3 years, at least initially. And how we do this is by having the strategic plan on one sheet, on one spreadsheet, with years 1, 2, and 3 in columns moving across the page, so that we get a clear line of sight of what is expected of the team in each of the first 3 years. And if it's too much given current operations, or we have an overload in any one area, we're able to move things around logically so that things can get done in a time frame that means the most to the organization, while making sure that we've got proper resource loading and allocation. So how do we keep strategic planning simple? We keep it smart, we keep it focused, we keep it not open to interpretation, and we don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. Good luck.